Hello, my name is Bethany, and I am new to, try to get a bit good angle, I am new to the YouTube channel, and I am hoping that I can actually make something out of this. So if you would like me to continue, leave some comments, and my name is Bethany, and I guess like my channel and subscribe. And just let me give you a backstory of what this is going to entail and what inspired me to start this. So I am a certified counselor. I worked as a nurse, and I'm actually certified in anxiety and a trauma counselor, and I am both of those because I am a long time, I can't even say a survivor, because I'm still living in a narcissistic relationship, and I have been going through a lot of stuff to find out that I actually was raised by a narcissistic mother who I believe is in the spectrum also. I just recently cut her out of my life, which was a very difficult decision to make. I'm in my second abusive marriage, which lasted over 20 some years, and we recently were separated for like the, I don't know, 6th time. The only reason he came back is because I was involved with somebody else, and his prized toy was taken away and being played with by somebody else, so he came back. This last time that he left, I became homeless, and I had surgery before I became homeless. He didn't care. He didn't look back. He moved in with somebody else. I was most likely moving into my car. He did not care. And he just up and left. Me and his 2 kids were homeless. We both had to be scattered different homes. And he just didn't care. We found an apartment, and I begged him to come back. I don't know why. And then this past time, after I got over him and realized that he wasn't crying over me, I'm going to stop crying over him. And I moved on. And I found somebody else. Unfortunately, because I didn't heal, the person I started dating was narcissistic. But I'll say that for another video. Anyway, the only reason he came back was because I was with somebody else. He actually admitted that to me this past week. But let me explain to you what actually inspired me to do this. It's because I really want to help other people. Because I don't want anybody to go through what I've been through for 20 some years. We have a 21-year-old daughter who sits there and wonders why I stayed in this marriage for so long. Because it's never beneficial to stay in a marriage because of the kids. I've ruined my child because of this reason. And it's absolutely, absolutely true what they say. That if you're constantly living with no money, it's not always you. It's probably the person you're with. I'm 47 years old. I've had a career all my life. I was a nurse when I met him. I had a home. I already had 2 children. I was married before. I was divorced. I was established. I was driving a brand new car. A brand new car. I married his dumbass. He was homeless, just out of jail. I have not ever been on a decent vacation. We never went on a honeymoon. We have been almost evicted several times. We've never had any money saved in the bank. And over the years, I've always had a career. I have maintained employment for the most part. I'll get into that later too. I have maintained certifications. I've furthered my education. I furthered my way up the ladder in my career. And somehow I've never been able to keep a retirement plan. I've never been able to keep any stability. And I wonder why. Like, there's people in the same situations I'm in, as in like career, and they have money, they have retirement, they've been to Europe, they're not living the way I am. And I look at my first husband, who has been employed, and he can't rub two nickels to his name. And I look at my current husband, who he is how he is. And I just had my second back surgery, and I swear it's stress related, because I never really done any physical labor. You know, not that there's anything wrong with it. I worked as a nurse, but then I went to college, and a lot of my work was, you know, I worked as a therapist. You know, it wasn't really physical. So I can't really blame it on that. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with physical labor. It's just, I can't blame my back problems on the physical labor. I blame it on stress. The body does keep score. You know, like Bessel states. And I did read that book. I am a trauma therapist. So my point is, it's taken me a long time to come to this realization. And the reason for this video, and I know that, you know, I'm nervous, this is my first video, and that's why I'm saying, like, don't judge me for it. If you would like to see me make more videos, I want to be able to tell my story and help other people. Last week, I was locked out of my house for 3 hours. When this man moved back in with me, I had to give up my house key. After I lived in this house for, I don't know, let me see, 7 months without him. And I had to give up my house key because he said I had to, because he's like, I know you're gonna lock me up. Whatever. So I gave up my house key. So what happened? I came home after being out for a few hours, looking forward to having the apartment to myself, because my back hurt, because I was tired, I wanted to take a nap, I was hungry, it was 2 o'clock, and I was like, I'm gonna have the apartment to myself. I was like a full apartment. I was gonna have the apartment to myself for a few hours. Guess what? I was locked out. My daughter was in 2 hours away, dropping her boyfriend off to his house. And my husband was at work, an hour and a half away. So, I called her. She wasn't able to come home. I called him. He wasn't able to come home. Instead of being sympathetic, he laughed at me, ridiculed me, hung up on me. And that continued. It took 2 hours. And you know who calmed me down? My daughter's boyfriend got on the phone and calmed me down, because I was pretty hysterical and upset and tired and hungry and in pain. It took her boyfriend to calm me down and say, just sit in your car with the air conditioner on, because it was hot. And she'll be home. You know, that's all my husband had to do. I wasn't expecting him to leave his job. I understand his job's important. But it gets worse. I told him, I was like, look, I'm not going to let this happen again. I want my key back. We will get you a key. We will get the landlord to make you a key, but I'm not going without a key anymore. So this is what this man did. He drove the whole way to our youngest daughter's college to get her key instead of coming the whole way home to let me in the house. Didn't even make me a priority. Took an extra 25 minutes out of the way, knowing I was waiting to get in the house. So, then I get the silent treatment all week long. Why? Because I was being punished for treating him bad. I was being punished because he had to put up with my abuse and rhetoric because I was locked out. So this made me think. And I was like, well, this is a little bit, doesn't sound right. Because that's what it makes you do. It makes you question yourself. And I talked to some of my friends, because my friends are my lifeline. Trust me, you need your friends as your lifeline. And my one friend was like, I can't believe what I'm hearing, Bethany. You just wanted your comfort for the end of the day. And he was not understanding. And to make it worse, he didn't even find you a priority. He had to drive out of the way to get her key, your daughter's key. And then he's punishing you all week. He didn't talk to me all week. He slept in the living room. He didn't talk to me before work, after work, until Friday. This happened Monday, until Friday. And then he decided to get drunk and tell me how awful of a person I was. How he only got back to me because of me apparently needing him so bad. Oh, and then he wanted to have sex on Saturday, which was hilarious. So this is what makes me think, what am I doing? I called my one friend up and was like, it's time for me. It's time for me to move on. I have more of a choice in this because we don't have any kids young anymore. Our youngest daughter just went to college. And I think the day that I dropped her off, like 2 days later, something snapped in me where I was like, I do not need to be in this marriage anymore. Not that I ever really needed to be in it, but like I had this mindset where like, stay together for the kids, you know. And I don't need to have that mindset, but I did. And now it's like, no. So like I said, if I can help somebody realize that this is not okay, and some of the things that I'm noticing, and some of the things I can look back and notice, I want to help. I want to help somebody. So anyway, it's just an introduction. I have so much that I can unpackage. I have 24 years that I can unpackage. This is just an introduction. If these are things that you want to hear, if these are things that you think would be helpful, I have years of having a narcissistic mom on the spectrum that I can share. I have so much that I could share to help somebody. Like I said, I'm a licensed or certified therapist. Share with me, make comments, tell me I'm new with this. I will, I can do this every day. I can do this a couple times a week. I can make this my life. I can do therapy sessions. Just let me know. I appreciate it. And have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful life. And I'm here to listen to whatever you have to feedback on. Thanks. Bye-bye.